Good evening, if anyone is listening. I'm going to do a little live update of my prep. Did a live update around 4 weeks ago and about 2.5 weeks before that. So currently just under 6 weeks out from the first show of the year, NABBA Wales 2017, which is held at the Riverside Theatre in Newport. So it'll be the 4th year competing at the NABBA Wales. That will be one of a few shows this year as well. So I'm going to do a PCA show, the PCA Welsh, 3 weeks after. And the plan is to hopefully get qualifications or an invite for the British of both federations, and then compete with the British then. So it'll be first show in 6 weeks time as of today, and then 3 weeks after will be another show, and hopefully another 2 shows after that, week after week. So far, like I said, I'm 10 weeks into my prep. Things have been going good. I'm going to talk a little bit about the current or the previous 10 weeks, what I've been doing, what's changed, what's not, what I felt, how I found my energy levels, mood, focus, work, diet, cardio, training, and obviously answer any questions that you guys might have, whoever is listening. So like I said, I did do a live update around a month ago, and then 2.5 weeks before that. So it was 12.5 weeks out, 10 weeks out, and now I'm 6 weeks out, just under gone Saturday. So first of all, the last 10 weeks has been good. If any of you have been following my progress, or obviously my updates on any social media, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and so on, obviously you would have seen some of the updates I've been putting, but these videos are going to be useful for anybody watching them. Just for me to reflect back. I normally do a blog on my website, so with the way technology is going, I've always thought that obviously the videos are going to be better and I can analyze it. I do tend to record everything I do in terms of my nutrition every time it changes, my training, my cardio, my carb cycling, my preps for every show I've done, and I've got everything saved so I can always reflect back. And it's always useful for me in the future to see what worked, although everything is always different considering or depending on where you are at the previous time, or where you are the current time, sorry, and the condition you're in. So over the last 10 weeks, it's been really good. I've been working with James Llewellyn now since the beginning of this year. And although James prepped me for a few shows last year, obviously my off season we did a bit of travelling and so on. We were quite kind of trying to keep my weight lower than it's gone in the off season, just to trying to not have to lose too much weight to come into the show. So that definitely helped. James was trying to have me keep my weight below 15 stone throughout the off season, which was very difficult and rarely happened. But every time it did go up to 15.5 or 15.10, I was conscious and I would do more cardio, reduce my calories to keep it down. So when I started my prep, I was in a better position. Roberto, hope you're well, man. I haven't seen you for a while. What date is the show? The show is on the 6th of May, the first show anyway. That's in NABBA Wales, Riverside Theatre. And there'll be a few shows after that, which is the second one then will be on the 27th of May in Port Talbot. And that's Mike and Lisa Gelsey's show, PCA Welsh qualifier. So like I said, the last 10 weeks have been good. Body's changed really well, obviously, since starting prep. Being in a better position than I've been in the past has allowed me to gain muscle, I think, whilst chipping away body fat, maintaining strength. And I've been able to try things that I haven't done before, keep the food high, start with very little cardio and keep adjusting it. So, like, if you have watched my video blogs from the last time, you would know that I started on a baseline of macronutrients where we're around 85 grams of fat, 260 grams of carbohydrates, and around 300 grams of protein. And then we just kept that stable for the first 5 weeks. And what we did then was just adjust the cardio Start with as little as 20 minutes in the morning, and then slowly increase that over the course of a couple of weeks, just to allow my body to be in more of a calorie deficit from my output rather than from my input. I've kind of dived into it too deep in the past, where I've restricted all my calories, I've pushed too many calories out, and the result of just being overkill really. So James has been very aware of this throughout the prep, and we kind of changed things around, and he wanted me eating more, keeping full, and trying to do the minimum. So that was the first 5 weeks. Training was just kept very basic as well. 4 to 5 movements, focusing on good time and attention, squeezing throughout, no crazy drop sets, no crazy force reps, negatives, any other techniques, just good old standard lifting, building the weight up to a good weight, and then doing 3 to 4 working sets of that weight, sometimes 5, 6, depending on the exercise and the muscle group you're trying to hit. Rep ranges between usually 8 to 12, or on some muscle groups going higher, and that hasn't changed. It's been the same throughout. My physique in the past, and obviously James has been aware, has looked quite beaten up on stage, just because I've been beating it up, overkilling it with just drop sets and supersets and high volume, and so this year kind of like we've been backing off the training a little bit in terms of not so much the intensity, but the aggression, I would say. Just keeping it clean. As soon as the form of failure, or as soon as I hit form of failure, stopping and then going again. And I think that's definitely helped my physique become more balanced, and look just more healthier. So I'm hoping obviously the next 6 weeks I'm going to showcase that as well, because that's not really going to change. Obviously I'm going to throw in some drop sets now and again if I don't quite make the target rep range, and obviously towards the end we'll probably be squeezing a bit harder and so on. So I've just been mimicking the workouts that James has been putting me through twice a week at Powerhouse, which has been, like I said, quite basic movements, but very effective. And I've definitely felt, I'm normally a bit of an high intensity trainer, so I tend to build the weight up, and then just go all out on that one set, where I just go to maximum exhaustion in every aspect I know. So every technique I can use, like force reps, rest pause, drop sets, partials, negatives, drop sets, just until there's nothing else left. But with James, we've been kind of building the weight up, like I said, and just doing a couple, 3 to 4 good, clean working sets, and then moving on. So I've been doing that, and that's definitely had an effect, positive effect. Like I said, I was on the baseline diet of 260 grams of carbs, 300 grams of protein, 85 grams of fat around, and that was maintained throughout the 5 weeks, which took me 11 weeks out from the show. Then we started carb cycling, just to bring things a bit down, a bit tighter, but keeping that fullness. And we'd use that 260 then as my highest day. So that would be my high day, and the carb cycle went from high, medium, low, medium, high, medium, low, medium, high, which the highest day, like I said, was 260. Then it dropped to 180, so losing 60 grams of carbs. 80 grams of carbs, then it would drop down to 100, so and then it would increase back up from 100 to 160 or 180 back to 260. So yeah, like I said, 260, 180, 100, 180, 260, and cycling it throughout. And we did that for 3 weeks, which was very effective, and again kept pushing the cardio up. So by this time my cardio was probably up to 40 minutes in the morning, and 20 minutes post-training, and that would have took me up until last weekend, where we changed things again. We upped the cardio to an hour in the morning, and then 30 minutes post-workout. And what we also did as well is the carb cycle, we cut out the middle on the medium day. So rather than go high, medium, low, medium, high, medium, low, we would just take on the medium day. So we go medium, high, low, high, low. So we go from 260 to 100, 260, 100. Now a lot of people have been asking me over the last, obviously when I've mentioned this, do I cycle my carbs, or we've been cycling my carbs around different workouts like leg day or back day and so on? And the answer has been no. It's just been cycling on that pattern. one, to keep my body guessing, and two, because you can never predict the workout and the intensity is going to be, how many calories you're going to be burning. So you could fuel yourself high for a leg day. Let's say you could go in and you just might not be feeling it. So what's to say you're going to burn more calories on that day than you would on another day? So we've just been cycling them, and some days it's fallen on my low day when I've been doing quads or legs, and you know, it sucks, but it is what it is. We've just been cycling like that, so low, medium, high, and then going back from low to high. In terms of obviously that took me up to last weekend, where we obviously increased the cardio, and then what we did as of this week with the carb cycling is we've kept it a high and low, high low, but instead of the low being 100, the low dropped down to 0, and then the high has gone even higher. So in terms of refeeds and cheats, I've had 3 throughout this prep, which has been enough, because obviously the carbs have been high enough that I haven't been so depleted and so empty. So I haven't really been craving as much as I would have if I was on the normal diet I'd be following, when I'd be on the 0 carbs or very low and so on, when I'd be putting in more refeeds and cheats and so on. So like I said, this week it's definitely going to hit me with a bit of a smack, going from high to low, where the low is going to be 0 but the high is going to be higher. So from one day to the next I'll be dropping 1600 calories, which is going to be effective, but it's definitely going to be felt. I felt last week, obviously. You look far too chirpy. Well, I am on a high day, James, so and the meals have been surprisingly easy to eat. I thought the bulk of the food was going to be difficult, but I've been quite hungry, so, and I am chirpy because my day is finished. So so anyway, back to that. That's obviously been the nutrition throughout. What we did do, obviously James is watching in, my body fat was coming down over the last couple of weeks, but I was looking a bit more watery and bloated, and we couldn't really understand why, because obviously, like I said, we wasn't getting any really cheats in there apart from the 3 that we obviously throughout the prep every couple of weeks when I need them physically and mentally. But so James decided to remove all the additives from my diet. So anything with artificial sweeteners, any protein powders, BCAAs, obviously any sweeteners in coffee, any cinnamon that I normally add to my oats, any stevia, any sugar-free gum, any diet sodas, or anything that I would add that is additional to just bland food. We even cut out the seasoning, the salt, pepper, the vinegar, just to really remove everything so we could see what was going on. Changed up a few things as well, changed from normal oats to gluten-free oats, and just all bland food as of last week, and it definitely made a difference. I dropped 8 pounds in weight in 6 days, so the water was expelling fast. So definitely all the artificial sweeteners were having an impact on my physique, and I was retaining water. So last week was a bit of a boring, it sucked just eating bland food, but I'm happy to do it, the results being met, and I think it is. So all we've done this week is just throw in some more sodium or salt, pepper and vinegar, and kept everything else out, which is fine. It's something I normally do towards the end of the prep anyway, so I'm used to just dieting on very clean foods. Obviously when you're dieting and you're dieting quite hard, I think you do tend to reach for more sugar-free gum and so on, a little tastier things. Although I wasn't drinking any soft drinks or having any sugar-free jelly or whatever, I was probably having a lot more artificial ingredients than my body needed. So definitely happy to keep them out. Like I said, this week will be good. The carbs will be shuttling from 0, and then they'll be going up then from the original 260 to 390, and then back down and back up. So definitely going to have an impact this week. I'm gonna feel it. In terms of how the prep has been going, like I said, it's been going really good. I've got a good support team. James Llewellyn, obviously my coach, a good friend of mine, has been very supporting. He's worked hard to try and understand my physique and what hasn't worked and so on. And every time we've met up, something's been adjusted, something's been tweaked just to bring in our look. So obviously, along with the support of my family, friends, everyone at the gym I train, GUH in Kildonan, there's a lot of competitors there as well, and everybody's got the same type of attitude. They're training hard, pushing to the limits, and just very supportive of each other, so I'm happy for that. Obviously my sponsors checking me on a regular basis, P&I, Pure Labs, they're very helpful. Any supplements, obviously, although I'm cutting them out now, I am still using things like that are not got any artificial ingredients, like all my vitamins, my omegas, my T6 fat burners, ZMA, my milk thistle, and again, these are something my sponsors always provide. So as much as the BCAs and so on are out, which I've used religiously throughout the prep, all being by P&I and Pure Labs, and factory supplements. So I used their protein, everything really, and as much as, like I said, we've cut them out, we've only cut them out because my body, we're just trying to get a really crisp look, and hopefully will show in the next couple of weeks. So happy with the way prep is going. Focus has been really good. I've been like a soft, hard focus, so definitely feeling the intensity of the show creeping up, but at the same time I'm very relaxed. Like I said, with James in my corner prepping me, is taking the pressure off me. I have got a lot of clients also prepping for different shows, but they're all great and they all just listen like I do, so I'm kind of like stress free with them, just giving them the plans to follow, check in with them, and then obviously make the adjustments and going on. Jay Davis there, also training GAH. Slim Jim, few more videos updated or uploaded. Thank you, Jay. Jay did some videos for me going back a couple of weeks ago that are featured on my website, on the exercise library. That is just me demonstrating different types of movements, you know, bicep curl, chest press, and how to perform it correct, and what rep ranges to it, and what tempo, and so on. So you can check them out on my website, www.christianwilliamspt.com, and on my YouTube channel. Jay Davis, really good videographer, does a lot of work with body power. Magic Eye is his production, let's say, and he's very good. So hoping to do some more work with him in the next few weeks. Maybe get a video of my training. I've been trying to document some of my training and put it on my website as well on my YouTube channel, so check that out. Like I said, these videos are going to be more helpful towards me as well as anybody else. And that's pretty much it really in terms of what I wanted to discuss. Like I said, the carb cycling this week has been very effective, and it's something I've always done carb cycling, but not in this pattern. But I've definitely implemented these styles with a lot of my clients as well, and the results have been really good. It's just another way of shocking the body. There's been studies done where if you keep the calories the same throughout the week, let's say you're on 2,500 calories, you're going to have more of a fat loss and muscle building effect if you reduce the calories down over 2 days, let's say, and then increase them over 1 day. It's just going to shuttle your body. Insulin sensitivity is going to go high, the muscle's going to gobble more nutrients or carbohydrates, and it's going to encourage that release of body fat, maintaining that fullness and losing that body fat at the same time. So definitely something to think about. Like I said, the way we've been cycling has been different. When I was in America as well, doing a little bit of traveling, and I wanted to get a little bit leaner for the Mr. Olympia, which we were lucky enough to go and watch. So James put me on a bit of a cycle then, carb cycle, where it was a lot different to what I'm doing now. The carbs were more, it was every 12 hours, so 3 meals with carbs and 6 meals without, then the next 6 meals with carbs and so on. So there's many different routes of what you can do. We are just using intuition, and James is just judging it from where I'm looking and what I'm doing. Like I said, this week now, in terms of the overall calories compared to last week, are probably going to be the same. It's just we're removing the carbs from the low day and putting them back in the high day. So it's going to be a bit more of a shuttle, and I'm definitely going to feel it, because last week I did really feel it. Obviously, I got a chance to have a bit of a refeed on the weekend, and a cheat meal. Choice of places was Nando's, as always, just because it's safe in terms of not the food. But I mean, I like Nando's, and anyone who's been dieting for a long time knows how meticulous you get in choosing new place to eat rubbish or eat a nice meal. So every time I go to Nando's, I had the same meal and I always enjoy it. So if I was to get another cheat, it'd be a Nando's. And again, the food is cleaner. It's not like I'm eating pizza. It's not like I'm eating a burger. So it is quality food in a sense. It's grilled chicken breast and rice or chips or whatever else you have. So it is a place I do recommend a lot of my clients going to visit. So if you are from Nando's and you're a manager and you're looking for a sponsored athlete to promote the business, I am the one, because I do send a lot of clients your way on their cheat meals or whatever. So check me out, www.christianwilliamspt.com. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm just thankful for the support I have. Prep is going really good. 6 weeks out now. Routine as of stands, I do my morning cardio in the morning, an hour on the cross trainer, followed by a bit of posing practice, and then a little bit of abdominals or calves depending on what day it is, and then walk the dog, and then I start my first meal, and then so on. Obviously every day difference from the neck. So one thing I will talk a little bit about is my carb cycling. I was talking to a good friend or guy at the gym this morning, Gary Thomas. He competes himself and he's very knowledgeable, and he was asking me a few questions about the cycling and whether I tend to just have carbless meals and then carb meals, and that's kind of how I would have done in the past. But obviously with what we tend to be doing with James is the carbs are the same sources, and they're in the same amount of meals. So I have 5 meals with carbs, and when we've done the cycling, the carbs are just reduced over them 5 meals, rather than where I would have probably in the past taken meals out. So it would have gone from 5 to maybe 3 meals of carbs, and then maybe to 1 meal of carb. This way of cycling has definitely helped. I think it's tricked my mind to thinking that I'm having the same meal, although obviously the calorie and the carbs are dropping down quite intensely throughout the day. So that's just had a big response on there. But yeah, so any questions anyone might have? I know a lot of people have been tuning in and watching. Like I said, wherever somebody can use some information from this, that would be good. Ryan Evans, hope you're well. Training's at the Carly's in the background now doing the rabbit ears. So Ryan Evans looking sharp. Diet face brother. Not yet, but he will be. Hope you well, Ryan. Hope things are going good at Peak. I was actually training there the other week. A week Saturday ago, went there for a back session. Had a catch up with Dave and Kath, and I can see the gym has changed a lot since I've been there last. So we'll definitely be catching up and going back down there soon. I know me and Geraint have been in touch and on about coming down for a session soon. So hopefully we'll see you there, and hopefully you're looking good. I know you've been working with a good couple of clients online. I've been seeing the progress, so keep doing what you're doing, buddy. It's definitely working. Phoenix, Raina, who's, don't know where he is at the moment. I think they're all in Thailand, him and Karoo and so on. So hope things are going well for you, buddy. Jake Thomas tuned in, another client of mine. He's hoping to do a show. Men's physique, really good structure, really good condition. He's going to come in looking nice and full. And Jake has changed dramatically in terms of mindset. You know, he used to kind of be a bit of a partier, I think, and so on, but now he's very focused on his training and on his diet, and the results are speaking for himself. A couple of other guys I know, Brian Price, obviously, very nice guy. He also competes himself. Steve, are you still watching, Steve? I was chatting with Johnny Reed over the weekend. He said, you're doing a show, so that'll be exciting. I've been trying to get Steve to do a show for a while. Steve is does all my marketing and my website developing. He's a really good guy as well, nice friend. Trained with him a lot of times. I used to train him as well. So if he does do a show, it will be definitely one that we'll look forward to seeing his journey and seeing him get to where he wants to go. He's been talking about it for a while, so hope it does go through. And that's pretty much it. I think training, like I said, hasn't changed much. The cardio has increased gradually. Where we are 6 weeks out is probably going to go up again. I'm not quite sure. I just wait for the boss's words of wisdom and madness to his methods, and I just tick the box. So diet, like I said, I know is going to change because it's been changing quite a lot over the last couple of weeks. And we still having a lot of fats at the moment, so I'm still getting steak in there every day. I'm still getting salmon, I'm still getting whole eggs, I'm still getting almond butter. I am still getting some extra virgin olive oil. So we got a lot of room to make some adjustments if need be over the next couple of weeks. Like I said, we've been playing around with the carbs throughout this prep, because I know James is very conscious about keeping the carbs in my diet, because I have been known to drop them out a bit too aggressively, and it's only have left my physique not looking as good, where it's looking flat and beaten up and empty. So the idea is to try and maintain that fullness. And although my weight is probably lighter at this point than it's ever been, I would imagine, because I'm not too far off competition weight at the moment, I feel like my biggest and most complete package. So hopefully I'm hoping that things are going to go smooth, and the condition of fullness, and along with the detail and just the overall presentation, is going to go nice. Like I said, in a very relaxed state at the moment. In terms of stress, obviously my training intensity is still high, cardio still high, still ticking all the boxes I need to, but feeling good, recovering good, sleeping well. I got no stress in my mind, so things are looking up. And that's going to take me to this evening. And my wife's just been sitting here falling asleep now because she's ready to go and eat, and she's also doing a show as well. So a couple of weeks time I'll get to watch her on stage again. She did 2 shows last year, which was really good for me to watch and see her get to the stage and her journey, and how passionate it made her about her training and so on, and diet over the last year or so. So hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, if I know there hasn't been too many questions, but if I can answer any that I haven't done so far on my diet, training, supplementation, cardio, posing, moods, energy, focus, work, clients, whatever, or if you need any help on your nutrition, your training and so on, comment below or drop me an inbox and I'll be happy to reply. So hope you are having a good evening. It is Monday, so Motivation Monday. #bull mode. Check out my website, christianwilliamspt.com, and have a good evening.